Alright, welcome back. I'm going to demonstrate exactly what you have to go through to get the video out of this thing. So what I did is I actually copied the contents of this little chip onto my computer so you can look at it. And I'm going to open up this SD video folder, and this is the file right here. This MOD file. That's the one we recorded. And the only thing about that is if I try double clicking on it right now, it's not going to open. So what I've done is I've downloaded the free program MPEG-4 Stream Clip, and I will need to drag this file onto it so it appears. And I can click that little button, it beeps. I can record my... And there's that video. Now what I need to do, and I did a little bit of experimenting a little while ago, and what I found is for some reason the format that worked, at least inside ScreenFlow, and I believe ScreenFlow is the culprit here, is MPEG-4, and I'm just using their default settings. Okay, so when I click on, so don't let all this stuff confuse you and overwhelm you, you just click on Make MPEG-4. We're going to call this Mic Video, okay, and give it any old name you want and save it. And what I can tell you is, if you're doing this on a PC, it will work exactly the same way, all right? There isn't any distinction. Now, the one thing about this is, in my experiment, and I'm pretty sure, again, the ScreenFlow is the culprit, so this wouldn't happen if you're using a PC with Camtasia or Vegas, or you wanted to edit this in some other format. But if all you did is chose to export an MPEG-2 file, which I will demonstrate for you in a moment, okay, which is under File, and I just say Convert to MPEG, if I would have just saved it as that, look how fast this is in comparison. I click Save, and boom, it's done. Now, for some reason, in ScreenFlow, when I dragged that file in there, the audio file didn't show up. So I'm going to just do the MPEG-4 right now. It's smaller anyway, and I'll demonstrate that for you. Again, my goal is not to overwhelm you, but just to save you the time of having to go through the junk that I just went through. All right. So next, I'm going to go to my little folder here where this is, and you will see that the MPEG-4 file is 14 megabytes as opposed to the MPEG-2, which is 20 megabytes. It means it's about 25% smaller. No big deal. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my ScreenFlow program. That's the program that I recorded my screen in. I'm going to drag the MPEG-4 file right here. So I'm going to pop it on the timeline, and now that appears right here. So when I drag, it shows up. I'm going to give you a mini product creation demonstration here, just so you see how I do what I do, okay? And that is, I'm going to grab the main screen, I'm going to rotate it just a little bit so there's room for my other video, and shrink it down. And I just so happen, because I've done this so many times, know that if I move it to 85% and tilt it at 40%, it looks good, and then I can drag my big head off to the side, and I can shrink this down a little bit. All right. And I could either put this behind this screen by dragging this below the other one here, or dragging this above, and I'll just again demonstrate that so you see it. So now you can see the other screen appears and I'm on top. All right. Now I'm going to undo that just so you see how I did it. But getting back to what happens next. Now, there are two different waveforms here. I was recording the computer audio. I was also recording the camera audio. So normally, you'd have to find where the waveforms match up. And usually when I start these off, I do 5 claps. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and those claps appear as waveforms on the screen. But because I know what I was doing and where I was going, if I play,
click that little button, it beeps.
Hear a little echo? That's because if I zoom in, you'll see that this is off a little bit. All I have to do is match up these waveforms, and it'll be about right.
I can record myself and say, hi, this is Mike Cannings. I can see myself in the viewfinder, so I can have a conversation.
So now I have myself a little program where I recorded the screen.
There's a little studio shot for you too, the other cameras, the lights, etc. So,
okay. So that's the whole dang thing. So all I need to do now is edit the rest of this thing, go to ScreenFlow, export this, and I'd have myself a nice mini video edited piece that I can put online or distribute to my friends. So really my goal here with this was to demonstrate for you that putting the video into the computer does require one step. And the only camera that I've found that doesn't require that on some level is about $3,500 that I'll demonstrate in another video. So bottom line here is good value pretty easy to use. I know this may seem a little overwhelming the first time, but once you've done it once, it works exactly the same way, whether it's a PC or a Mac. The quality is very acceptable, and if you want something that's very easy to use, very fast to use, gives you very acceptable results, and allows you to make a good product in a short period of time without a lot of screwing around, I'll give it a thumbs up. I'll give it about a 3.7 out of 5, only because, you know, there is a little bit of screwing around, but I love the fact that you've got that microphone input. It's a very usable little camera. It's nice and compact. I suspect it's pretty darn sturdy and it would put up with a beating. And you can buy it from some very reliable suppliers. I got mine in 2 days, and I had Amazon's Prime, so I didn't have to pay any shipping and handling, which was pretty cool as well. So I give it a thumbs up. Very usable. I recommend it. And if you're looking for your first camera to create your first products, information products, maybe make some business videos and something like that, it's a good deal. All right. I'll see you in the next Mike's Gadget giveaway sometime soon.